How do you feel about it?
About what?
What, opening up?
I'm ready.
Do you think it's going to happen? Do you think they're going to open up summer?
I think they are, because like
Yeah.
I mean, like I don't know how it is in London right now, but I feel like here they're expecting the vaccines, like everyone to be vaccinated, probably by like September, October. And I know that obviously that date's going to get pushed, but
Yeah.
I mean, just like they did last summer, I feel like they're going to have people, they're going to have events, just going to just set limits on outdoor events, how many people, and indoor. And some people are taking advantage of that too, because, you know, I never wanted to invite like a shit ton of people for my wedding. So you could use this as an excuse and just have
Literally, Amma said to me that I said, "Kattadanda ipo katten. Padan cheap முடியல முடிக்கலாம்." I'm like, Mom, you can't be like this. Like, stop. Although I knew honestly, if anyone I would say get married at this point, is because you don't have to invite every Tom, Dick, and Harry. Like, you actually don't have to, because
right.
your mom knows them or your dad knows them or everyone. You know, you actually genuinely invite the people that you want to invite.
Yeah.
Which is nice. Like, oh my god, my sister's friend got married and she had COVID on the day of her wedding, and she only found out 2 days later. So it was ridiculous because obviously my sister's got the little one and stuff, but yeah, that was it.
Oh
I
my
was like, next one's okay. We had COVID, all of us had it, and we're clear. So
yeah. Oh, you had it as well.
yeah, we
Yeah.
had it. I had it. My dad, my mom, everyone.
Did you have symptoms or?
Yeah, mine were pretty intense. Like,
Yeah.
I
Right.
would, yeah, because I could feel it. Like, my body just felt really weak. I was
Mhm.
feverish.
Yeah.
My dad just gave me a shot of brandy and hot water, and he was like, "This will do the job." I was like, "Okay, Dad, that's perfect for me."
Your
Yeah,
dad knows what's good. Like he knows.
exactly. He does. He was like, "Listen, I'm gonna be real with you. This is gonna cure you." So yeah, 2 nights and some good like rasam. I was back to normal. So
You're fine. Oh, that's good. That's good to hear. Anyway, thanks, Brenda, for coming on the episode. It's been a long time since we've seen each other.
I know. Yeah, it's
When did
been.
you leave? Because you left before like COVID really started or took.
Yeah. I actually left when it was just about starting. I think it was 2019, so October 2019 I left.
Mm-hmm.
And I think it started the year after, so like 6 months. But I think even in October it was about, people were talking about it a bit,
Right.
and it never really was kind of surfaced to the extent that it has now.
Yeah,
But
people were talking about it, but it was like
yeah,
China's problem. Like, oh,
yeah,
China is having this issue.
yeah, because they have this problem, but they'll deal with it, and it just kind of left it. But no, yeah, and then I came here, and I think about March is when we went into lockdown. I was just getting back from a trip for my birthday, for my 30th, went to Jamaica, and yeah, I got back from the trip, and oh wow, it was just crazy here because everyone was, I don't know, it was just everyone was not so sure. And I mean, I went into work and they told me, and I was sick, I was really sick at this point, and I had a fever, I couldn't even stand in a meeting. Like, I had to I was about to collapse, so I left the room to that point, but they still said, no, it's fine, stay in school. And I thought, you do realize that I've got all the symptoms that they're talking about,
Yeah.
and we're about to go into lockdown, but you still want me to stay at work, but whatever. Like,
It wasn't taken, I guess, serious enough at that point.
yeah,
Yeah.
no, it wasn't, no.
Or like
And
how
then,
contagious it was. Like people were still kind of figuring that
yeah,
out. There's too many question marks, I guess, and they probably didn't want to be short a teacher, like, so they're just like looking up for their own, like, like, oh,
yeah.
it's gonna be hard if she leaves, so let's just.
Let's just deal with it. But yeah, 2 days later we went into lockdown. I'm pretty sure I don't know if I had it then, it's whatever, you were sick, I was sick. Being a teacher, your immune system, generally you kind of build it up over the years, and I've been teaching for about 9 years now, so I'd like to think my immune system is pretty good. Sometimes it does shock me when I get sick. Hold on, it's meant to be fixed by now. But yeah, so it happens, it's okay. But as long as everyone's kind of keeping safe,
Right.
we're about to open up tomorrow, back to school, kind of doing whole school testing, which is intense. If you've got like thousands of kids to test, you just test them one day, and we're doing like a repeat test. So we're doing a first day testing and then a repeat test 3 days later.
Just to make sure the kids don't have it and the teachers,
Yeah.
staff don't have it.
Yeah.
And that's, I mean, you're starting school, and while the kids are in school, you're doing this testing.
Yeah. So
They come risk that people can,
Yeah, so they come in to test, and then they come in to get tested, and then you go home again, and then if you're clear, you can come back to lessons. If
I
not,
see.
stay at home, and we have to have something in place for both. I mean, it's been pretty intense, being a teacher and working online and having to kind of shift all your lessons to online teaching, as opposed to being face to face with the kids. And kids give off so much, like when they don't understand something or they're kind of feeling nervous, they give off so much obviously in person, but not being, because here we don't have the video call, so I can't actually see how they're feeling. I can't even see if they're there.
Oh, so what are you're just talking?
Yeah, I just talk. I'm literally just talking to the screen. I'm like, this is obviously not one of those, just like, hey Emily, yeah, you there? No? Okay. Oh, you clearly have just gone off to make yourself a cup of tea and come back. So yeah, I'm gonna just assume that you're still somewhere around.
What age group are you dealing with?
So I teach, we say year here, year 7 to year 13. So that's about 12-year-olds to 18-year-olds.
So okay, so it's like for us, it would be like middle school and high school, like that age group.
Yeah.
So they're older kids. They're not like young kids, which I feel, I don't know, what do you think would be harder, like young children or older kids?
God, like, it would be so much harder for them, bless them, because they're so energetic, right? They're just jumping up and down. Say to them, sit in one place and work for the, oh God, I could not be a primary school teacher, honestly. Hats off to primary school teachers. I need the ones who can just sit there and do, don't have too much energy that I have to kind of, deal with that in the day.
Yeah.
I haven't got the patience. I've got the patience for the attitude. I haven't got the patience for the other end, each to their own.
How do you feel the UK government, I don't know if it's the same throughout, but like they've dealt with online teaching and providing teachers with the resources necessary, the training necessary in order to even carry this forward? Because my sister is a teacher, right? Like she does, she's an occasional teacher, and she's like, they didn't give you anything. They're just like, here, just figure it out. And they just had to, do online stuff on their own and figure out how they're going to work everything. Yeah. And there wasn't enough guidance. Yeah. So how is it the same thing for you?
I have been kind of supplying in different places because I wasn't sure if I was going to be teaching here for a long period of time, because the idea was to come here, kind of set things up again and then move back to Toronto. Sure. And so I wasn't really sure, so I was supplying here and there, and I'm still supply, but luckily the school that I'm in now, they were really good. They were really supportive. They got me online. They were teaching me how to do everything. The school that I was in prior to this, all over the place. I mean, I'm surprised that we even got through online teaching for that long. This is probably why the kids some of them have probably fallen behind, because it wasn't set up for them. It wasn't set up for them, and it wasn't set up for us. So we were struggling on both ends. Yeah. There's some issues with, some people don't have the Wi-Fi. Like, they don't have Wi-Fi connection for them to be able to get online to do these lessons. They're going off data on their phones. So
yeah,
there had to be, the government was not prepared. I don't think they were prepared. They definitely weren't here, because we literally were about to go back into school in January, and the day before we were supposed to go back, the government turned around and said, actually no, we're going back into lockdown. So I'm about to start a new job, and they called me into school and said, oh wait, we're going to online teaching, here's all the stuff, but we're going to teach you, because I got lucky. But this with this school, but some of the schools don't, and they don't support you in that way. And it's sad, because the government, like I said, they should have put things in place. They should have provided with all that stuff. Like the first school, I had to use my own personal laptop, which, I mean, I don't think it's fair that you are asking us to work from home, but you're not providing us with any materials. You just say, just do your best.
I can understand, like, in the beginning why that would be difficult, but once everything went into lockdown, for like here, I think it was like, I mean, from March break onwards, right? No one, like for us, like since March to I guess September, October, no one went to school. Like there was some online stuff that started a couple months afterwards, I believe. But but I mean, in the beginning, I can understand why there would be difficulties, and you need to figure out this whole thing because no one experienced this. Like this has never happened before. I can understand that, but after like months and months, I mean, like what else are people doing? Like if this, I would feel like this is like a priority, right? Like so on that time that there was lockdown, there was no online learning. Obviously, kids are not going to school. So what were you doing in that time period? I don't know, it's a little disappointing. Like I don't know, but what else can you do? You just kind of have to roll with the punches, especially as a teacher. Just gotta
we
deal.
definitely have to just get what we get. I mean, we can't turn up one day and say, hey, I'm not going to work today because you haven't given me the stuff.
Yeah.
The kids are at home waiting for you to turn up online. I mean, you don't want to disappoint, and that's why it's really hard, because sometimes as a teacher you're choosing between your own kind of your own I wouldn't call it your mental health, but you're also your comfort and like how well they've provided you with everything, but you're choosing between all of that and having to make sure that you're there for the kids you need to be, and you're going to obviously put the kids first because that's your role, that's your responsibility. But I mean, if you've got the support, and I really hope people have found their way to get the support, you find your means, your family, your friends, even peers. Some peers are really helpful at work. So you just get on with it.
So you've been back home now for almost like a year and a half. How long were you in Toronto? So how long were you on your own
I was there for 2 years.
2 years. So how is it now being back at home?
Oh, it's crazy. I mean, I've always been back and forth from Canada, right? So when I was, my grandparents lived there, and they live downtown, and so we'd always be there when growing up, and every kind of winter, summer was in Canada. So I'm very comfortable with being there. Being there, living there for 2 years, and obviously the time during when the Raptors won the championship, and oh my God, it was the best experience of my whole life. Like I cannot, I wouldn't trade any of it. It was amazing, and I love the country. I love Toronto. I love the city. I didn't get to go around. I thought it was crazy expensive just to get from one side to the other.
Yeah, it's cheaper to go to another country, like fly across, like go overseas, than it is to travel in Canada. So they're always posting these things like, oh, discover Canada, discover Ontario. I'm like, I want to. Can you please make it more affordable?
It's crazy seeing how expensive it was. But I mean, I got to do some interesting things. Went skiing. Obviously went to the parade. Oh, that was amazing.
So you don't have claustrophobia? Like I didn't go because I was like, I'm gonna get claustrophobic with like all these people. My sister and my brother went. Like I had work too, but yeah.
I think growing up, I'm going to like, because we have a theatre here, obviously, Temple Theatre, right? So it's just the festival that they have for people who are non-Tamils. And so there's always like a lot of people, and they're pushing and shoving. And my family's quite religious, so they used to take us there all the time. So growing up, I think being around that, this was nothing. This was just so, I wanted to get to the front. I wanted to get to see everything.
Where all the action is.
Yes. Like I think I got to see Gasol when he was downing that, he was chugging the bottle.
Did you see it? Like you saw it live? Like
yeah. I got to see like I was like, what's going on there? And I found it. Well, I looked it properly online afterwards, and he's a legend. But all of them are great.
How is it like acclimating back to being with your family though? Because like,
how
long did it take to get back into the flow of things and just like?
I still don't think I'm used to it. I still don't think I'm used to it. I think having that kind of because I moved back home and I'm back in my house, my parents and my family, and we've got a big family. We all live together, which has been great during lockdown, because there are days where we literally could have killed each other. It was possible, but I think the rapport that we built, the relationship and the understanding that we built, and we just kind of know each other's do's and don'ts, like don't mess with this person when they're in there. That mood. It was hard, but I think everything happens for a reason. For me, it made sense I was here during this whole pandemic, because I got to be a part of that process with my family. And I think it would have been hard for them and for me to be over there on my own, living on my own.
Yeah, for sure.
always gonna,
Yeah.
worry about you. So yeah, for me, I think it happens for a reason, and it was good that I'm here. But yeah, I'm ready. I'm ready to move back. I'm ready. When they're ready for me to open up the borders, I'm ready to move back.
I know, like, I guess, like, during COVID, like, you've been very busy. Like, there's so many things that you are, like, involved in. So, like, what are some of the things? Can you just, like, list off a few of the things that
Oh,
you're doing?
so I've always wanted to. I love traveling. Obviously, I moved like half across the world and to live on my own. But I love traveling. I love natural remedies for healing, whether it be skincare, hair care, anything. And I'm really into that. And growing up, and it's worked really well for me. So I've spent a lot of time on it. So during lockdown, I started blogging, which was a lot of fun, and I was just sharing ideas. That's it. It was just me trying lots of different things and sharing what worked for me, because if it works for me, if someone reads it and it works for one person at least, then I mean, I think it's worth it. It's worth the effort that I put in. So I've just been blogging, and then the blog turned into a business, and it's exciting. It's really exciting. It's been stressful, but it's been really exciting. So it turned into a business. And so what originally happened is, going back, so I bleached my hair, and I dyed it, and it was rotten. I'm telling you, like half the time I ended up having to wear hair extensions because I felt so self-conscious about my hair. And I thought, you know what, lockdown, this is the time I need to fix this. So I did tons of research, tons of like just educating myself on natural remedies and Ayurvedic treatments and so on. And I ended up finding out that there was a lot that you could do when it comes to natural oils to heal your hair, heal your scalp, and heal your skin. So all of that came together, and I formed this company, SK Hair Fix. SK actually comes from my mom and dad's initials. Both of them are S and Ks, and then put that together, SK Hair Fix. Hair Fix, a lot of people think it's kind of fixing your hair, but it's actually a fix for your hair, because your hair needs it. Once you get it and it's natural, once you feel the benefits of it, your hair will need it more. And it's a good thing that you'll need it. It's not like your hair will die because of it, but because you're so used to feeling so good about your hair afterwards, your hair will need it more. So yeah, I came up with that name, and it's still growing. It's still growing places. Hopefully it's also coming to Canada soon. I'm really excited, because I know a few people have requested for me to send the products there, but it actually got lost along the way. My friend, I sent it to her as a gift, and she sent me the envelope, and it was empty.
Customs, they know about this, and they're just like, oh.
It's like, you know what? If you're going to use it for free, leave a review. At least that much. I'm going to bring it. I'll bring it over there hopefully soon, in the next few months, and we'll start selling in Canada too. But honestly, it's just natural hair oils, the right formulas that you need, because I did a lot of research and a lot of mixing and a lot of trying out different formulas and different percentages of the oils, to make sure that some of them you can't use too much of, because it's counterproductive, and it won't benefit your hair or your scalp. So just doing a lot of research. I'll show you one of them. So this is the one they started with, and it's a hair fix.
What is this for? Like, this is a hair fix oil. So is that for, like you were saying, like damaged hair, like to apply?
This is actually to grow your hair back from the scalp. This oil, you use in your scalp. You massage it in, and if you use it properly and you use it often enough, and leave it in for, I'd say, a few hours, not too long. Leaving oil in your hair for too long can cause a negative effect on your hair, because the dirt will get attracted, it will stick on, and your hair will fall out more.
Okay.
You would leave it for no longer, I'd say about no longer than 14 hours. You can leave it in overnight, and then this will grow your hair back. It will work on your scalp and give you the nutrients that you need to grow your hair back to normal.
How often would you use this? Like a couple times a week?
Yeah, I'd say before every hair wash, so 2-3 times a week, you put it in, do your routine, your cleaning, your prepping, whatever you're doing, and go and wash your hair. People have started to see results in 4 weeks. Some people even 2, like some guys, because I know I know in the brown community, obviously sometimes it's genetic hair loss, and then I know a lot of guys are kind of like, I might need that. Is it gonna work? Yeah.
Yeah, because they start seeing it, right? Like you start seeing that. And I saw that, I think you posted it recently. There was like a before and after, just after 2 weeks, there was a guy. And I was like, wow, like
Yeah.
seriously, wow. Because
I even questioned it. I was like, hey,
yeah.
are you sure it was 2 weeks? And he said yes. And there was another product that we're now launching soon. It's kind of a scalp massaging, and you use it with the oil. So some people don't like to get their fingers dirty, which I understand, right? So you can use a scalp massage, and you can really just get into the roots and massage your head. But you can actually do this without the oils.
Okay.
Just there, and you can try it. If you massage your scalp every other day at night before you sleep for about a minute, and you'll start to see a difference, because you need to make sure that you're stimulating the blood flow in the roots of your head, and so the growth will increase and will get better.
Sure. Like I remember when I first saw you post it too, I messaged you right away and I was like, what is this? Where can I get it? I want to buy it, send it. Because like for me, I have my own issues with hair loss, and especially like I guess I never really noticed it until the workplace that I work at right now, we have to use an elevator, right? Like, so it's like an office building. You get into that elevator and the lighting is so like, it's dim, like it's like romantic. For a hotel, that would make sense. Why is it like that here? I have no idea. So they have these like pot lights that are like a very soft, like just like a dim yellow, right? And I look at myself in the mirror and I can see it like bouncing off of my scalp, like especially in this area. And I'm just like, oh my God, like what happened? And it's something, I guess, even now, like when I see other women with that, and they're at a more like advanced stage because they might be a little bit older, like, and I can see that, you know, women, we go through it too.
It's not as obvious because we can cover it up. So I can just like put my head to the side, hey, I don't have hair loss, and we can cover it up, we can style it, we can do, guys, bless them, obviously you don't have long hair, you can definitely see the balding, and that it really gets them. But I mean, not everyone can afford to go abroad and get that, you know, or even just in your country, just that treatment done. So this natural stuff will help because it's step one, right? And if you see that you try this and then you think it's working, but maybe, you know, if you want more, then yeah, you can go for that. But why not try this first? Because you never know, you might just be just as happy with it.
Right. And maybe this is all you needed, right? You don't need to do that extreme step of hair plugs or whatever it is, you know, all these hair transplants that people are.
Yes, I'm paying thousands of pounds.
And like some men want to keep their hair. Like I know like some people look good bald, but not everyone looks good bald. You know? Like, let's be real.
And for women as well, I feel like we're always talking about skincare, you know, skincare routine. Are you using
anti-aging?
Yes. Hello, we need it here too, because it does happen. Growing up, I don't know about you, but you know, we were just talking about this, and I was talking to this my friend, but growing up we used to have a lot of Amma used to put oil in my hair, and she used to make sure, you know, and I would be so embarrassed, and I'd say, I'm not going to school with this, but that's because of the scent that they used, the smell of the hair oil that they used on us was quite strong. But that's why these all have essential oils in them. And so the essential oils are they make sure that it smells good. So, you know, even if, so my routine is on a Saturday morning, I'll wake up and I'll, you know, put oil in my hair. I'll do it for me, I'll do it for my niece, my nephew, because it's all natural. We can do it for them too. So I do it for my niece and nephew. He actually comes into my room and he kind of knows now when I'm doing it. He'll do it for me and do it for himself. And if I have to run out, I'm not feeling too embarrassed because it doesn't smell weird. It's natural oils, and you're just putting it. So most of them you're just putting into your scalp. There's only one, this one here, that you put. This is the one that is for bleached hair. So this is
it's for damaged hair.
Bleached, damaged hair, dry because you've exposed it to too much heat, that kind of stuff.
That's my problem. Like I rarely like I can't remember the last time I colored my hair, and I've only colored it maybe 2-3 times in my life, but I've never bleached it, never did any of that. But my hair is just dry because I like to take like hot showers, you know, like I can't help it.
But they are so bad. I mean, my hair's like, why do you, it's scorching hot. And I'm like, yeah, give me all of it.
Like, I get it, but I don't feel like I'm taking a shower if it's just like lukewarm. I can't do that. I don't.
No.
I don't. And
But
speaking of the scent, because like my mom, like she made this like little oil and herbs mix for me to just use, and she's like, this should be
yeah,
good for your hair, try it. And I put it on, like I use it right now. I'm using it. I don't know if I'm actually seeing a difference, but it's just like, for me personally, it's just like, oh, at least you're doing something about it.
yeah, you want to feel like you're actually doing something
You're trying, exactly. So I've been using it, and the other day I put it on and I just want to go for a walk. So I was like, it's fine. Like, I'm going to put on my hood and I'm just going to walk. It's going to be okay. That smell got all over the inside of my my hood. I didn't even think about it because I only just put it right in here. I didn't even think about it. And it smells like BO. Like, it smells like body.
yeah,
Right? Brown
strong,
spices. So it's terrible. But
yeah,
my mom, like, speaking of my mom, she also, growing up, she always told us, like, oh, don't shower, like, don't use the shower because that's going to make you lose your hair, like that's what causes it, right? So we would I didn't use a shower until probably like when I was in university time, and again, that would only be for me when I'm taking a bath or something, like just washing my body, right? I wouldn't use it when I'm showering. I have a big bucket, like a big volley, and I have a small volley, and I'm
taking it back old school.
because I was like, yo, I'm gonna lose hair. But I did notice a difference in that too, when there were times where I would get lazy and I would just use the shower and I would just kind of use it, and then I can see a difference, like when I can notice a visible difference. But where we're like in our home now, our shower, like our master bedroom, the shower bathroom doesn't have a full shower bath, like it's just a stand-in. And so I can't put a big volley in there. I won't have anywhere to stand.
You have to take a shower. What might help is when you're taking the shower, obviously definitely the oils beforehand will help. Losing hair is okay. Do remember, you do shed hair, and it does, you lose hair and your broken hair will fall out, but it's just making sure that the hair grows back double the time, so that you're making up for the lost hair plus them. But maybe switching, I try and switch the temperature from, I know it's hard, it's a painful process, but when I'm conscious about it and I'm thinking about my hair, I do try and switch it to a colder temperature just when I'm washing my hair, and then when it goes back to my body, I mean, it's burning hot.
Like I tie up my hair and then I'm just like, okay,
I'm gonna have fun here. But you do have to, there are a few things, the do's and don'ts, like you shouldn't really brush your hair when it's too wet. Even when your hair's got oil in it, you shouldn't brush your hair. You shouldn't actually, because it's fragile at that point, it will break a lot quicker. Using hair scrunchies, hair ties, and we have on our page, we have a lot of these tips that we keep sharing. These hair ties, I shouldn't have one here, but this is one of the hair ties that you shouldn't use. You should use the scrunchies, because this can pull and tug on your hair, so you'd use the scrunchie that's a lot softer in your hair. So we share a lot.
When you pull out that hair tie and there's like hair all wrapped around it, and it's so embarrassing.
It's so embarrassing, but that's why, because we shouldn't. But it's just being conscious of that stuff and changing. It's really, everything is really a routine, right? And this is what I mean, on my page I talk about as well, but obviously you as your own person, everything's a routine that you make for yourself. So hair care is going to be my focus for this week, so I'll focus on my hair, I'll focus on my skin for next week, and you do those small things to make those small changes. So I'd say, okay, fine, 1 minute is too long for me apparently to massage my scalp, so I'll just do 10 seconds, and then I'll slowly start, when I start seeing the benefits and I think, oh wait, maybe I can actually do it for longer, which I can. But you just keep doing it for a bit. Honestly, I would say just massage when you're massaging your scalp as well. Tip your head forward, massage your scalp.
The really blood is
exactly, the blood flow, the circulation is there, and it's encouraging. There is so many different, like if you've got dandruff issues, you can use apple cider vinegar to fix that. I know it smells disgusting, but
it also tastes disgusting. Like,
I mean, people,
good for your gut, but
I mean, I tried that for a bit, but I couldn't do it in the morning. I would try it every morning, so I had to find something else. But everyone just has to find something that works for them. So I found something, and I really wanted to kind of share it with everyone. It actually started with me sharing these formulas on my page, and I said to everyone, hey, you guys, make it. And a couple of my friends, family, they're just too lazy. They're like, hey, listen, make it for me. I'll pay you, just make it for me.
Mhm.
I thought, why not make a business out of it?
Right.
I'm enjoying doing it. I'm enjoying sharing these ideas. Why not make a business out of it? And it just started like that. And I'm learning so much as I go along. I'm not going to say I know it all, you know, but I'm learning as I go along. The learning process is so much fun.
Mm-hmm.
This isn't the business goal that I originally had. There was something completely different.
Mm-hmm.
But like I said, everything happens for a reason. I feel like this is the stepping stone for me to then get on to the next one and just keep going and building. But
And you're really passionate about it, and you believe in your product. I feel like that's so key, because I mean, imagine like trying to sell something that you know, like, yo, this doesn't work. Imagine having to bullshit people like every time, like, you know, just like bullshitting people. Like, that's like a miserable way to live, right? So, like,
but originally it was funny because I gave it to a few people to try when it became like just a business concept. So I was like, hey guys, try this out, you know, see if it works. And I gave it out for free, and I said, try it out and see if it works. And a couple of them came back with the feedback wasn't so great, and I just kind of kick myself and I think, why am I doing this? What is the point? You were so stupid to think that this would. And then I remind myself that it's not going to work on everyone. It won't work on everyone. There are so many other factors, like the water that you use to wash your hair is a factor that contributes towards you and your hair growth, right? And your skin. So everything contributes towards it. And maybe it doesn't work on this person, but doesn't mean it's not going to work on everyone else.
Yeah.
I'd say we've got about an 80 to 85% success rate, which I think is pretty good. Even if they haven't come back with, I've got a full head of hair now, which is obviously insane, but they've come back with positive feedback saying it feels thicker and it feels healthier. You know, maybe I've still got some patches that need to go back, but it feels thicker and it feels healthier.
There's progress.
Yeah.
You know?
Exactly.
And I think, I guess I'm a little bit more focused on the women part of it, because obviously I am a female as well. And I'm so glad like you're talking about it, you're bringing this something out there to help people, because like women, I feel like we don't like to, because we're so focused on just like aesthetically looking nice. We don't want to admit that like we have a hair issue, like we're balding, because, you know, because as women, we go through so much, like we deal with so much as women, as females. And we never thought that like male pattern baldness would be one of those things that you need to worry about as a female. So it's like, it's good. Like I was so happy that you brought it in. And when is this coming to Canada, by the way? Because like a lot of people watching are wondering, when is this happening?
We're working on it. I'd say it's coming onto Amazon in the UK. We're hopefully set out for Amazon in the UK within the next month. I definitely say it would be in ready to sell in Canada by the end of April. So we're working on it. Literally, the production is happening. We're looking at numbers. We're looking at all of that stuff. And it will be in Canada itself, so it will get to you a lot quicker instead of me sending it from here and it going missing in some random using it and saying, hey, my hair looks good. But yeah, hoping for end of April, definitely by the end of April. We're trying to sell at least the oils. The spray is a bit different. The spray, it needs to be refrigerated. It's the one product that needs to stay refrigerated. The good thing about these oils is that if you keep them out of natural sunlight, the glass bottle itself, it's child friendly, so they shouldn't be able to get into it. And even it doesn't break. My nephew threw it downstairs to test it and it didn't break, so he's apparently testing all of that for me. But and it's an amber glass bottle, so the sunlight rays shouldn't hit it, but just keep it away from the sunlight and you can use it for over a year.
Sure. Yeah, I mean, like, yeah, don't keep it outside, people. Like, store your beauty products outside.
So that's good too.
That's great. So you said you have the hair fix oil, and then you have the scalp massager.
Have the beard oil for the guys.
Okay.
This is new.
That down.
Yes. Control it, honey.
Like, I'm not a big fan of big beards, but when you have it tame, I mean, it makes such a big difference, right? Except I know like a lot of like the people with the scraggly, like, I mean, for me, like they're like, you control your beard first. That's probably what they're doing. It's
like, control what you have there, honey. Oops. I I don't know how many guys, we did a lot of research. We sent this out to guys as a tester from different ethnic backgrounds as well. We got all their feedback before, you know, putting out the product for sale to the public. We made sure the prices were reasonable as well. That we made sure that it was all natural, so it's good for your skin, because obviously your beard is right next to your skin. You don't want to break out. Some guys are sensitive. Their skins are sensitive, so you don't want to risk it. So it's just kind of to tame your beard. We're going to have a couple of tips and videos coming soon on how to just take care of your beard as well. Hopefully eventually look into releasing like a beard brush that guys can use as a package. We just want to make it so everything's accessible for you in one place. You buy it, we show you how to use it, you make it a part of your routine, and then you're good to go. Pretty much you're good to go forever, right? If once you've got it part of your routine, you're good to go. You know where it is, you know what to do, you look good, you feel good.
And you don't, I mean, you don't want it where you need to buy this item from here, you want to buy this from here. Like, you need to go to so many different sites and, you know, so many different vendors just to get like what you want, just like the basic stuff. So it's nice if there's like a one-stop shop where, hey, you can get everything that you actually need right here. You don't need to be looking around and researching, doing other stuff as well.
Yeah. Exactly. So we made it so that I didn't say this before, I should have, but on the website there's actually a quiz that you can do. So you go through the quiz and you say, do you have a dry scalp, yes or no? Do you have dry ends, yes or no? Do you have bleached hair, yes or no? You know, you answer a bunch of questions and it will take you to a package that's ideal for you. So maybe your packages, so one of the packages is going to be maybe just these two products, and one is for if you've just got dry hair but you don't actually have balding issues, or maybe you just need the whole Lush pack, and it's called a Lush pack. That's, you need some real we need some real TLC for your hair. And then it comes with a leaflet which explains everything. There's videos to go. We're trying to make it so everything's easily accessible. You've got your QR code, you literally take a picture, it'll take you straight to the video, show you how to use it. Once you've done it a few times, you've got that into your head and you know what to do. So just making it so it's easy for you to introduce it to your everyday routine, and then get going from there.
What's your Instagram handle?
SK_hair fix. So hair and then fix, but all one word.
I'll put it, like it'll appear somewhere here, somewhere on the screen.
Thank you.
I honestly can't wait. I honestly can't not wait to use your product. Like, I can't wait.
Yeah, I'm so excited for you to try. We're gonna set up and make sure it gets to you first. You can try it, you know, see how it works. But I just feel so much happier with my hair, and I just feel so much more confident. Like, I have bunches of hair extensions that I had to wear because my hair was so bad, and my grandma would literally cuss and curse and say, you know, when I took care of you, when I took care of your hair was great, your hair was lush, it was thick, and it was, she said it looked like bird poo and I bleached it, and she's a bit sad. Love her.
So savage, your grandma.
So went through all of that, and she was like, no, we're going to fix it. So we made sure that we did. So we went through a couple. She even uses it now, bless her. She called me and she said, I need a new batch of hair oil.
That's so sweet.
I mean, it makes a difference. Your hair makes a difference to you and your confidence, and it makes you feel happy when you've got full head of hair. If that's what you're aiming for, you know, feeling lush. But also remember, all these natural remedies, this hair oil is all nutrients that you're feeding yourself, which is great for you too. So some of these ingredients you actually can consume. It's olive oil, coconut oil, black seed oil has now been proven to, they're doing studies into showing that maybe it could cure cancer or prevent cancer. So these are all natural oils that you would consume.
Yeah, and you should incorporate it into your diet and, like, you know, start cooking with it, or, you know, do things with it. That's really good. Yeah.
So putting it into your hair, it's like, hey, you're just feeding your body more good stuff, so why not, right?
Yeah. Like, I'm excited because, like, you're saying this whole confidence thing. Like, I know, like, for me, I'm okay as long as, like, whenever I have to get, like,
my great, by the way. I can't see it.
Oh, you know what? I don't have that lighting. I don't have that elevator dims.
You know what? Take the stairs. Take the stairs. Don't let that light mess with you.
I'm always looking around, like, who's getting into the elevator with me. Like, I don't want anyone to see it. Yeah. Right now, like, it's good with the mask because, like, no one really knows who you are. Like, so it's okay. But damn, and I know, like, I've gotten my hair and makeup done obviously before, and I hate when I have to get my hair done because I know, like, I know what my situation is, and people might not realize it until they actually have to do something with my hair. And
Yeah.
before, like, the complaint was that my hair is just hard to, it just won't stay. Like, it's just like, even you could put hairspray, you could put gel, like sometimes it's just very just difficult to
But
start.
isn't that the thing? It's too because it's too soft, or
Like, fine, I don't know what it is, like, but
mm,
people always, and I always have, like, I have baby hairs, they
mm.
complain about that.
This is going to happen a lot, by the way, because a lot of my friends are calling me
Oh,
right now saying I feel like I'm a teenager again because I've got baby hair flying around. I was like, honey, that's good, because the baby hair forms into a full head of hair.
yeah,
You have
yeah.
to go through the middle stage. So yeah, that I'm just warning you. Don't be mad.
No, but here it's fine. Like, I can now, I'm like, I, like, that was an issue I had, but now I'm like, I'd rather have the baby hairs than have no hair at all. And hairs, and then it became an issue, like, when they do my hair, then they're spraying all the stuff into this part because, again, they don't want to see my scalp, so they're
Mm.
using all that sprays.
Oh.
And then, you know, you can't touch it because, it's gonna, like, come off on your, like, come off on your
Hands.
and then, when people do your hair, you don't even realize what's happening behind you because, you're on your phone, or you're zoned out. They're putting all this stuff. And one of the last times that I got my hair done, I remember coming home after the event, and, first thing is take out all the pins, like, just let your hair out. And I remember taking it out, and there's this big chunk that just came.
Oh, I heard
No,
that.
it wasn't my hair. Okay, it was like
Oh.
fake hair they put because, like, there wasn't.
Oh, okay. I was like, I thought that was your hair.
It looked like a ferret. Like, I was like, I didn't realize they used this, right? I was so scared. Like, first I thought it was my hair, and then
Okay.
and then I was like, okay, no, this is not actual human hair.
Something that also I wanted to mention that some people think that they have to wait till they're bald to do this. Don't wait till that happens. Like my sister, she just recently had a baby, and obviously after 6 months, your hair loss is intense once you've had a child, and it's really, I mean, how a woman's body changes, honestly, is very intense for to deal with, and it's hard because you've got all this, baby weight is the baby fat that you're dealing with, baby weight fat, I don't know what you call it, but all that you're dealing with in your hair, and then your hormones, and it's just everything is at you. So my sister was actually using the oils from prior to even getting pregnant, so she was constantly using her. And she's still, I'm not saying her hair didn't fall out, because it did, and it's she's at that point now where it is falling out excessively, but because she was continuously using your oil, she's not feeling it as much as she did when she had the first baby. So I would say introduce it to your routine regardless of hair loss or not. Some people are saying, I don't have to deal with that stuff. Start when you're in your young 20s. I'm telling you right now, start early, make your hair like feel lush, feel healthy. You obviously straighten your hair, you curl your hair, you do everything, right? And I mean, I'm not saying don't, because you want to feel good, you want to look good, you want to style your hair. That's fine, but just make sure you give it that TLC.
Make time for it. Like, it's not. It just seems like such a daunting thing, like, you feel like, oh, this seems like too much for me to incorporate it into my lifestyle. But like you said, 2 days a week, 3 days a week with the hair fix oil, the scalp massage, anyone can do that. Like, you could just do it every night. That's just like a little period of time. Do it once when you're used to it and it's incorporated into your lifestyle, it's incorporated into your routine, it's going to seem like nothing after that, right? Because you're just used to it. It's with anything, like with diet, like with exercise, it's always the same thing. Yeah.
And I talk about that on my blog as well. So I've been blogging, I've been doing vision boarding, and I don't know, for like manifesting goals, and this was a training course I went on and I started, and I kind of just have my vision board next to my bed, and it's helped me. For me, it's been a bit of a journey, just the past like couple of years, because I always felt like I was waiting for something to happen. Like I was, and someone else or something else always had control of my life. And I was always waiting for them to take that step, whether it be me getting my permanent residency to move to Toronto, whether it be like me finding the right school and finding the right place. It's just, I feel like I was waiting for things to fall into place, and then now I just feel like I have control of my life. And even though I have different options and different pathways I can take, I can still say that I have control of my life. And that is just reading, finding my way of gaining more knowledge, because I realize that I can't sit and read for a long period of time.
Mm-hmm.
I'm a teacher, this is very bad, but I actually listen. I'm an auditory learner,
Mm-hmm.
and everyone is different. Some people watch videos, some people listen, some people read.
Mm-hmm.
And I've been doing a lot of audiobooks. I've been reading a lot of listening to a lot of audiobooks about routines, about how to get yourself organized, how to achieve those goals, how to manifest. And it's been so helpful just to take that step.
Yeah.
And it's just nice knowing that, I mean, I'm at this point in life, being a girl from a Tamil community at my age and not being married, I'm telling you, it is a frowned upon. Like, something must be wrong with her. She must be, all of that.
Yeah. I mean, I was in my 30s when I got married too. So like, I totally feel you, sister.
Way. Okay, see, so definitely got like everything from all ends, right? But everyone's always going to have something to say. Everyone's always going to have something to criticize you about. But as long as you have control of your own life and you have that drive when you wake up in the morning, you're good to go. And I don't see a point of anyone forcing themselves into a lifestyle because of the community or what people think is right. As long as you know,
or rushing into a relationship or rushing into a marriage or doing something like that just because that's what's expected of you. And then now, let's say there's an issue. Those people that were talking all this time are gone. Like, they're nowhere to be found. They're not going to help.
You're the only one who is with this person. You are the one who has to lie next to them every night, have a conversation with them every morning, just build a life with them. And if you can't find that, that bond, it's so hard to force yourself into it. I know everyone takes different pathways. Some people still get arranged marriage and they're happy, but each to their own, right? And I don't know how it got into that topic, but I was talking about the just being at my point in life, and I do feel happier that I've got control of my life. I do feel like I kind of at least know what to expect in the next few months. I honestly also have been taking it literally 3 months at a time.
Right.
I try not to think too far ahead, because that puts a lot of pressure on a person. I have a bigger goal and I know what that is, but I don't try and think, I don't try and plan my next beyond 3 months.
Right. Short-term goals are good for that sense, right? Because if it's just something like, oh, in the long term, this is what I want, you don't have anything else helping you meet that goal. Like, you're not taking those steps forward because you're just like, oh, this is something that's in the future and this is what I want, but you're not taking any steps towards that. But when you have these little short-term goals and when you meet those, like, that gives you confidence and a little bit more like, okay, like, I can keep this going. And then you just keep pushing forward from there. Oh, for sure.
And you probably have been doing that a lot, right? With what you've been doing with the podcast and just having those short-term goals. And they're so helpful, just knowing that I have the next few weeks planned, and everything else, it will fall into place because you have the bigger picture in your head. You know what it looks like. And it's that having that drive to do it. I mean, it is difficult having a full-time job and doing something else. I mean, it's a Sunday. We'll see.
Like that, finding that consistency, right? Like making sure you're just always at it, keep going. Like, I'm still trying to get better. And then like all these things that I thought was impossible or not for me, I'm like slowly doing each thing. And then like I have a lot of things planned that's coming up, but again, it's in the next 2 months, 3 months. This is what I expect to be putting out. Nothing like further than that, because I need to put my energy on what's happening right now, not on what's going to happen after. Yeah.
And you know what you're aiming for, but I really do think like how Hairfix started was literally me making these small bottles, 10 ml bottles for everyone, and kind of giving them out to people. And then I took little, cutesy videos on my page, and I was like, hey, and then people started saying, okay, are you selling this? And I thought, well, why not sell it? Because I mean, it's going to help people too. It definitely works because I'm seeing my hair. If I say my hair, this is my natural hair, obviously right now, but if I say that this is my hair with extensions before, because my hair would probably grow up to here and then stop and it would go dry, and and horrible at the end. But it starts, and I think it just, things fall into place, opportunities approach you, but you really need to have that drive to get to the next step and wake up and say, you know what, I'm going to take this opportunity, I'm going to make something out of it. I'm scared as shit, like I'm scared all the time when I think about it, and I'm like, dad comes in and he makes fun out of me sometimes. He's like, you're a teacher, you know, why don't you become a lecturer, or why don't you do something, you know, more, I mean, based on your profession, why are you doing, what is this oil business, is what he would ask me. But then he, you know, he'd buy me, he would bring home stuff for my packaging and stuff. Like, oh, how about this idea? You know, you support me. He supports me, but he still wants to make fun of me.
I'm so happy for you. And like, because again, this is not something that you were planning to do or picturing on doing, but this opportunity came and you grabbed it and now you're running with it. And not everyone does that. So good on you for doing that.
Thank you. Yeah, it's been a good journey, and honestly, during lockdown, it's been nice to see that a lot of people have been finding their own kind of niche and what they can do, and finding what they really enjoy and getting a chance to do that. And as much as this whole pandemic has been a really horrible situation, and losing people, and obviously people getting sick, and you being in fear of people getting sick as well, it's a horrible way to live. But it's taught, I feel like it really has taught us so much about just self-care, like self-love, spending time for yourself, doing things you enjoy with people you enjoy being with. It's been such a therapeutic lesson that we've learned over time. I hope that people don't forget it once we get back into the wild life that we have.
I know that's the main thing, you know, that's the main thing. Don't forget whatever lessons you've learned, anything that you've taken for granted prior to all of this happening. Like, now that you know that, you know, this is things that are priorities, these are your priorities, this is what you should be concentrating on, this is what you should be spending your time on. Please don't forget that when everything goes back to normal.
Please don't. I can make, you know, put that Sunday aside and keep that Sunday for yourself and your loved ones, you know. Keep that Sunday morning, Sunday evening, have that family dinner time that you were forced to have because you couldn't do anything else, but actually you came to enjoy because you got to see more of your parents, or you got to understand more of your siblings, and actually know that you are very alike, but you do have similar things, and you crack jokes and you have a good time at a table, and it's nice. You wouldn't sit down and do that before because you weren't forced to. So definitely put that and keep that there, because as time goes on, you lose it, and then you don't, you know, you look back and you think, oh wait, that was actually a really good time. And then you miss it, but it's too late. So definitely always keep that going and keep enjoying that, is what I'd say.
What's your blog? What's your blog address?
address? MSSK Online Diary. MSSK Online Diary. I'll send you it.com.
Great.
Just different blog posts. I'm going to put more up about being in Toronto, about traveling, you know, just sharing ideas of what I've had. I don't know if it will grow to something, if it will become video one day, who knows. But I'm just literally a quick 5-minute read. I've got lots of natural stuff on there, by the way, lots of natural hair stuff, skin care, skin facials, turmeric, honey, just how much you should use of each one and mix it together and put it. I quite enjoy doing the turmeric facial just to get like rid of any dry skin, and it really helps you glow. That's
especially in the winter time. I feel like that could be a great help for a lot of people.
And I know it's probably really cold over there. I've experienced one of those winters. Oh my god. When they say it's cold over here, I'm like, no, listen, honey, this is nothing. I live in Toronto. That was cold. I actually once, this is so embarrassing to say, but I'm going to say I actually once fell face flat because I am not used to walking in snow and ice. You guys walk and you glide. You actually glide on it. So I'm here walking so slow. I look like a right idiot, and I had my work stuff with me. Oh my god, I fell because I just, you guys are good at that stuff.
The best of us too. This is not just because.
Okay. I mean, it was an interesting. I mean, I had snow boots on and I still managed to fall.
Yeah, you need that grip.
Yes.
Boots with the proper grip.
Yeah, I think I need to repurchase when I come back. 100%. Not having one of those again.
All right, hon. Thank you so much for coming on. Seriously, this was so insightful. There's so many things that I learned that I wasn't even thinking about or focusing on. So I'm so glad that you came on. So excited for your product. I honestly can't wait to try it. And yeah, any parting words from you?
Well, I'd just say, okay, so if you want something to work, honestly, just massage your scalp, start with that now, and then when the products hit you, they'll get to you and you'll start using them, and I think you're going to start seeing good results is what I'd say. And I just hope that a lot more people want to try it and actually benefit from it. Like, we love hearing, when I feel like I'm not hearing feedback, I'm thinking to myself, is it working? The best part about doing this whole thing is when someone messages me saying, oh my God, it works, it's great, and that's the most amazing. That's like one person saying that, showing me the pictures and saying it's worked and they feel so much happier. That's what is beneficial for us, and it's also nice to hear. So definitely get onto the website, read the tips, read out like the hair care, beard care tips as well, and just let us know what you think. Thank you for having me. Thank you for getting me on here. I didn't think I'd do it, but I managed to get through it. Thank you for having me on here. It's been good. It's been really nice.
Thank you everyone for listening. Please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Make sure you check out Brintha's IG page and her blog as well. I'm going to post all the details in the description below.
Grateful, thankful,
blessed. The whole Kauai basket. It was mayhem.
That moment, I swear your pup got so scared because the dog that you had before, your sister's dog.
Yeah, Chino and
like James got up and I don't know what he did. Like, he was smashing the wall. We were all just in shock. We just couldn't believe that moment. Kauai, oh, legend. He killed it.
My brother and his friends were watching upstairs, and we were in the basement. So I remember all of us just ran upstairs.
Ever since I moved to Toronto, basketball, I just fell in love with that sport. Like, I'm born and raised in England. Obviously, football is something we watch all the time. And I watched like the World Cup and stuff. I don't really follow the league games, but when I came back here, I missed the most. Like, I could not, the games and the wings. Like, I just want games and wings, and I would be so content and happy with life.
Is that wine or just juice?
I was gonna say before, it isn't. It's got gin in it, but it's got the Stella cup, and I was like, you know what, I'm for it. You know what? If you think I'm not gonna drink honey, it's a Sunday night.
Oh yeah, it's night there for you. I'm like, it's early afternoon. What? So it looks like wine, but it's actually gin, and it's in a beer glass. Just like all over the place.
We're a whole lot of messed up in England, okay? You need to come and visit, and I backpacked around Europe, interrailing, and I slept in I did literally backpacking for a month. The best experience of my life.
Yeah.
It was free, so you pay £400 to be for the month. You get free access to any of the trains.
Oh,
so you can hop on any train. So one day I'll be like, all right, cool, I'm done with Italy. Let me just go over to Budapest. All right, cool. Let's just hop over to Croatia. And it was.
Yeah, that's so cool. That's the thing. We don't have that here. See, you can go everywhere in Europe with £400. Okay, for travel cost. I'm like, if I want to save money, I have to drive. Like, let me a 20-hour, 30-hour drive to wherever I want to go. Like, this is absolutely ridiculous.
It is ridiculous. Traveling is ridiculous in Canada. I'm not gonna lie.